guys, what's up? It's about Saturday, day before Easter right here. Here's my dog playing a little fetch out here. What I want to talk to everybody today about was having accurate accounting records. So you need to know exactly how much money you're making at any given time. And then that way you know all your numbers, and you know if you've got a problem, you need to be charging more. You know that if you're losing money, like we had a situation before, we were actually, before we started keeping real accurate accounting records, we were actually losing money. And didn't realize it for a little while. You know, all of a sudden the bank account balance started to drop. Well, what's going on? And what it was is we had these jobs for some builders where we were charging a per square foot rate, and it happened to be the going rate for what we were doing, which we were building these 4x8 wooden pins out of plywood. And we knew what the competition was charging, and we started charging the same thing. But what we didn't account for is we were in an area, the reason we got the business, it was an area none of the other builders really wanted to go. We didn't think it would make too big of a difference on the cost. And it turned out that it did, as far as it was much more expensive for us to operate in that particular area. The other thing is the pricing we had gotten was on a really large subdivision. Well, the houses we were doing, they were more spread out, so you couldn't have as much volume in it. So always have accurate accounting records. We still do those houses now, but we went from being we basically tripled our price per square foot for the house. Now we lost one of the builders, but a lot of the other builders, we do such a good job. What we told them is, yeah, we're going to charge a lot more than what you're currently paying. It's still only like 1% of the sale price of the house. They pay us like 1%, less than 1% of the sale price of the house. And I was like, you know, we're going to do a great job. We're going to be out there. Your pins are not going to get over full. Your pins are going to stay in good shape. You know, we're not going to damage stuff, all that sort of deal. And, you know, but this is what we're charging. And they tried to negotiate us down. And we just say, guys, you know, it's not worth it to us to do it for less. And the reason that you've gone to us is because you've had trouble getting people to do the job correctly because it's too expensive. So, you know, your vendors have to make money. If your vendors can't make money, then they're not going to do a good job. And we're not going to accept the work if we can't do a good job. The only way we can do a good job is by charging what we're charging now. So we lost one of the builders. They just came back to us. So they tried out another company for about 6 weeks. We did such a good job that they were like, we're willing to pay it. You know, we're willing to pay 3 times more for y'all to come back. Where I'm going with this, though, is on those builders, what we do now is we get paid in 3 phases on that. We get paid post framing, we get paid post drywall, and then we get paid upon the completion of the house. And it takes about 3 to 4 months for them to build these houses. So what you have to do is the cost of all of that needs to be divided over how long you believe that it's going to take to do the work. Well, what we were doing before is we were invoicing everything at the beginning, for simplicity reasons. So we'd have like a really, really kick-ass month, you know, that first month when the new houses come online and we get them invoiced. But then it would be 3 months of just expenses and no income. And it was really masking some issues we were having. Have accurate accounting records. Understand accounting yourself. If you want to do basic bookkeeping, entry is great on QuickBooks, but have another accounting firm looking over your books at least once a month. If you're brand new, maybe once a quarter, but I would recommend once a month. You want accurate books, and weekly. You need to know how much money you're making every week. So every week I get a financial statement, and I know how we're standing for that particular month so far. You don't wait to know how you're doing and for the P&L to come out, because a lot of people's P&L, they won't get their P&L for the previous month until halfway through the next month. Well, if you were making mistakes the previous month, you've continued making those mistakes the first 2 weeks, and that's an additional 2 weeks that you've incurred expenses. Bad records can really sink a business. We were in bad shape after that. It took several months, probably 3 months, to really recover from that mistake, and that was just from poor bookkeeping on our end. Keep your records right, and you're going to be set up for success for sure.